She has been an ambassador, chief protocol, corporate board member, mother, grandmother. But this is the way most people will remember her.
Animal crackers in my soup do funny things to me. They make me think my neighborhood is a big menagerie.
When we think about Hollywood's golden age, we often imagine black and white films, glamorous premieres, and stars whose fame seemed timeless. But behind the glitz and carefully crafted studio images, many of these early celebrities quietly built enormous fortunes, some rivaling modern-day moguls. Unlike today's stars, their wealth came not from social media or global branding, but from studio contracts, smart investments, and business instincts far ahead of their time. While some golden age celebrities struggled financially after the spotlight faded, others transformed fame into lasting empires. Their stories challenged the assumption that early Hollywood stars were merely performers under studio control. In reality, many became powerful entrepreneurs, investors, and cultural architects. Today, we're counting down 15 golden age celebrities whose wealth might surprise you, not just for how much they earned, but for how cleverly they secured their financial legacies. From film icons to silent-era pioneers, these stars proved that success in Hollywood didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. 1. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin wasn't just a silent film icon, he was a financial genius. As a co-founder of United Artists, Chaplin secured rare creative control and ownership of his films, protecting both his vision and his profits. In an era when studios dominated stars, Chaplin owned his work outright. His movies earned enormous global revenue through theatrical runs, re-releases, and international distribution. Royalties continued flowing long after premieres ended, turning early success into lasting wealth. Careful investments and rights management compounded those earnings. By the time of his death, Chaplin's estate was valued in the hundreds of millions, adjusted for inflation today. 2. Mary Pickford. Known as America's sweetheart, Mary Pickford was far more than a beloved screen star. She was a groundbreaking businesswoman. As one of the first actresses to become a millionaire, Pickford negotiated unprecedented salaries and profit-sharing agreements at a time when most performers had little leverage. She also co-founded United Artists with Charlie Chaplin, giving her control over her films and long-term earnings. Beyond acting, Pickford made smart investments in real estate and film production, ensuring multiple income streams. Her financial success came from ownership, foresight, and independence, an extraordinary achievement for a woman in early Hollywood's male-dominated industry. 3. Douglas Fairbanks. Douglas Fairbanks was the embodiment of swashbuckling adventure on screen, but off-screen, he was a savvy businessman. As a founding member of United Artists, Fairbanks earned a steady stream of income long after his acting career slowed. His investments and studio ownership made him one of the richest stars of his era. 4. Buster Keaton. Though often remembered for the hardships he faced later in life, Buster Keaton was once one of the wealthiest and most powerful entertainers of the silent film era. At his peak in the 1920s, Keaton commanded massive salaries and enjoyed creative freedom that few performers could imagine today. His films were global hits, generating enormous box office returns and making him one of the highest-paid stars in the world. Keaton's physical comedy, technical innovation, and directorial control placed him at the forefront of Hollywood's golden age. However, a combination of poor financial management, unfavorable studio contracts, and personal struggles gradually diminished his fortune. Despite this decline, modern financial reassessments reveal just how much wealth Keaton originally generated, figures that rival the earnings of today's blockbuster stars. His story remains a powerful reminder that early Hollywood fortunes could be vast, yet fragile without long-term control and protection. 5. Clark Gable. Clark Gable's rugged charisma wasn't just a screen persona. It was a financial asset that made him one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. During the Golden Age, MGM recognized his immense appeal and placed him under lucrative long-term contracts that guaranteed top-tier salaries year after year. Films like Gone with the Wind cemented his status as a box office powerhouse, translating directly into sustained earnings. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Gable avoided extravagant excess. He invested conservatively, managed his finances carefully, and lived a relatively modest lifestyle for a star of his stature. This discipline allowed his wealth to grow steadily rather than fluctuate with career highs and lows. By the time of his death, Gable had accumulated a substantial fortune that reflected not only his on-screen success, but also his practical approach to money. His financial legacy proves that longevity and restraint were just as valuable as fame in early Hollywood. 6. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo famously avoided publicity, but her finances were anything but secretive. She negotiated rare contracts that allowed extended breaks while maintaining high pay. Garbo invested in art and real estate, quietly amassing a fortune that shocked many after her death. 7. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich's career spanned continents and decades. Beyond acting, she earned millions entertaining troops during World War II and through international endorsements. Dietrich carefully managed her earnings, ensuring financial stability long after she left the screen. 8. John Wayne. John Wayne's image as an American icon translated into major financial success. He co-founded Batjack Productions, allowing him to profit directly from films he starred in and produced. Wayne's investments in real estate and film rights made him one of Hollywood's wealthiest leading men. 9. Cary Grant. Cary Grant was known for elegance, but he was equally disciplined with money. He negotiated short-term contracts that gave him flexibility and higher pay. Grant also invested heavily in stocks, helping him maintain and grow his wealth well into retirement. 10. Elizabeth Taylor. Although Elizabeth Taylor is often linked with Hollywood's later golden years, her financial foundation was built within the classic studio system as a highly paid child star. By the time she reached adulthood, Taylor was already earning record-breaking salaries for her performances, setting new standards for actress pay. Beyond acting, she demonstrated sharp business instincts, investing in luxury jewelry, most famously her legendary diamond collection, which appreciated enormously in value. She also leveraged her global fame into endorsements and personal ventures. Together, her film earnings, investments, and assets made Elizabeth Taylor one of the wealthiest and most financially savvy actresses in entertainment history. 11. Orson Welles. Orson Welles' wealth fluctuated dramatically, but his early contracts, particularly for Citizen Kane, were groundbreaking. While financial instability followed later, Welles earned significant income through writing, directing, and international projects that sustained him for decades. 12. Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart's rise from supporting roles to leading man came with major salary increases. He later formed his own production company, giving him profit participation in films. Bogart's estate reflected a career built on strategic choices and long-term value. 13. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford understood branding before the term existed. She leveraged her fame into endorsements, radio appearances, and business partnerships. Crawford's disciplined financial planning ensured lasting wealth even after her film career slowed. 14. James Stewart. James Stewart pioneered profit-sharing deals that changed Hollywood forever. Instead of upfront salaries, he accepted percentages of film profits, a decision that earned him millions from films like Winchester 73. His approach redefined actor compensation. 15. Shirley Temple. As a child star, Shirley Temple generated enormous box office revenue. Unlike many child actors, her finances were carefully protected. Later, she transitioned into public service and diplomacy, preserving her wealth and legacy with remarkable foresight. The golden age of Hollywood wasn't just about cinematic magic. It was about opportunity, timing, and intelligence. These 15 celebrities didn't simply rely on fame. They understood the value of ownership, negotiation, and long-term thinking. Their wealth challenges the myth that early Hollywood stars were powerless under studio systems. Instead, many quietly built financial empires that still resonate today. While modern celebrities dominate headlines with billion-dollar brands, the foundations of celebrity wealth were laid nearly a century ago by pioneers who understood that fame fades, but smart decisions endure. Their stories remind us that true success isn't just measured in applause, but in legacy, control, and the ability to turn talent into lasting influence.